Well, how the hell are you? Episode number 115 of the Mizzle and Dub Show, and a happy early Sunday morning. And well,
Five
you got about
hours?
4 or 5 hours before you set your fantasy lineups because there is a 6:30 football game. 5 hours,
Which
give
I'll
or
be
take,
up.
but you got
I'll be
about
watching.
you got until 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, because there is the Ravens and the Titans in the last London game of the season. So there is some early morning NFL to start your week 6. Damn,
Yes.
week 6
Yes.
already? Sheesh.
You know what? The true definition is you do time flies and you're having a good time, man. I always have a good time when football season's around because, like you always say, this is our
That's the
peak
truth.
season. This is where you get a bunch of Mizzle and Dub shows coming at you hardcore. So, but it goes by so fast, man. Blinking it'll be over.
I know. Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. But nonetheless, welcome. He is representing the nation because, as they say, there's only one, and we don't need to get into that argument. And if you want to, you'll get a lot of passion out of him. So don't. I would advise you don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyhow, a lot of exciting things happening today, or yesterday.
Yes.
There were some
Yes.
very good, intriguing college football games that took place.
Indeed.
But first, since we like to bash Los Angeles sports teams, let's bash some more Los Angeles sports teams. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there because I will indeed give 3 cheers to Old Notre Dame, as
yes,
you kind of figured that the Irish was going to come back and play a little bit pissed off, given the egg that they laid in Louisville, Kentucky against the Louisville Cardinals. That would be Tom Jackson's Louisville Cardinals. And if you're a true watcher of NFL primetime, you know what I mean when I say that. Because obviously Tom Jackson went to Louisville, and whenever they were doing a highlight, when Chris Burke would talk about a highlight from a Louisville player, he would be like, "From," and Tom would go, "Louisville." So, anyhow, the Fighting Irish put up a 40 burger on the Trojans of Southern California in the halls of Touchdown Jesus, as the Fighting Irish laid the smackdown and hand USC their first loss of the season rather soundly. To the tune
I'll be calling our dad later on today too.
Hey. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said I'll be calling our dad later on today. Yeah, he's going to catch the business, Stephen A. Smith style.
Oh, okay. But but 48-20 was the final score as the Irish bounce back. They go to 6-2 on the season. They came into the game ranked 21st, so I'm pretty sure they'll go up, and we'll see how many slots number 10 USC will go down. Because
let's hope a bunch.
That's a pretty bad thrashing at the hands, and shockingly, Notre Dame did not wear their green jerseys that they wore against Ohio State. Yes. They just wore the regular navy blue homes with the gold helmet, but nonetheless, yeah. But I mean, when you score 17 in the second quarter and 17 in the fourth quarter, and USC just has no. Well, first off, Caleb Williams was in a very giving mood tonight in South Bend, Indiana, as he
you can catch those Heisman dreams right there.
The church's money. Yeah, having a game like that against your rival is not the way to go if you're trying to go back-to-back Heisman winners.
What up, Kay?
What's good, Hammer? How are you, sir? What's going on, Hammer? How are you, buddy?
What up, Hammer?
Yeah, that is Hammer, Mr. All Tampa Bay himself, in the building. But yeah, I mean, what really more can you say? Just a tremendous, tremendous effort by the Irish. They bounced back in convincing fashion and just
Yes.
thrashed Trojans. I mean, Sam Hartman didn't have to do much; just took care of the ball through three TDs. But the running game of Notre Dame was solid. But more importantly than that, it was the defense of the Irish that really showed up and out physical the Trojans' offense. Which again,
that's hard to say. That's hard to say.
Well, not necessarily because I mean, as we say so many times, just certain teams don't match up well against certain opponents. It's almost like Notre Dame took a page from the Utah Utes playbook because the Utah Utes are as physical as it comes when they play USC.
Indeed.
Hence why Utah beat them twice last season and, in a sense, routed them in the Pac-12 championship game. So, I mean,
well, you get true.
Kudos to Notre Dame. They bounce back, get a huge win, 40-20, just to round out the rest of the top 25 in college football, if you will. Well, it did not disappoint. We knew it was going to be a fantastic game. The Huskies and the Ducks did not disappoint at all today up there.
A field goal would have took it to overtime. That's how good it was.
Yes. But Michael Phoenix, the Washington quarterback, making his case for the Heisman Trophy.
Yes.
I mean, him and Bo Nix went back and forth, but at the end of the day, it's the Huskies that stay undefeated. They get the win 36. I mean, it was number 7 versus number 8. It was the midday game on ABC. And like I said, only thing missing was Keith Jackson calling that game, but it was fantastic.
Oh, brother preach. Preach.
Fantastic.
Agreed. I mean, I was hoping that field goal went in so we can get some overtime because it was like you didn't want that game to end because it was just so darn entertaining.
It was. And I mean, there's really not more you can say. It's just Bo Nix, Michael Phoenix in a duel, back and forth. I mean, you kind of had the feeling that last possession probably was going to win the game, but the missed field goal proved to be the difference, and the Huskies go to 6-0. Oregon gets their first loss to 5-1. So, I mean, just tremendous. Phoenix was 22 of 37, 304, or 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. But Bo Nix, not too shabby in his own right, 33 of 44, 337, and 2 TDs. And I'll tell you what, I mean, since Bo Nix has come to Eugene, Oregon, he has really gotten better at throwing the football, which was kind of an issue when he was at Auburn playing for the Tigers. But since he has come to Oregon, he has gotten better throwing the football, and it might have enhanced his draft status for next year. He could be a top first round, second round type quarterback with the way he has improved since he has put on the Oregon Ducks uniform. Alabama barely survives Arkansas 24-21. Tennessee and A&M was in a battle, but Tennessee barely gets the win 20-13. Oklahoma State beats Kansas 39-32. A shocker in Pullman, number 19, Washington State getting thrashed by the Arizona Wildcats 44-6.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming. LSU beats Auburn by 30-48-18. Missouri beats Kentucky 38-21. Very entertaining game between UCLA and Oregon State, but at the end, the Beavers at home in Corvallis get the win 36-24. Duke, ranked 17th, beats NC State 24-3.
Fuck Duke.
Louisville gets that's the Tar Heel. Pitt with the upset over 14th ranked Louisville 38-21. So the Fighting Panthers with a huge upset.
Good game.
UMass took the payday to come to Beaver Stadium and get thrashed by Penn State 63-0. Ohio State gets revenge for losing to Purdue, thrashes them 41-7. They take care of business. The same with Michigan. They beat Indiana 52-7. Utah beats Cal 34-14.
Yeah.
My Bulldogs still get the win, but it was a ugly win.
Oh, was it now?
I'll tell you what, they can't be having these. Well, I mean, they get the win, but I mean, it just. I know this. You can't do that next week.
Oh.
Because next week is Florida week. You cannot get off to a slow start against Gators. And the Gators came off a huge win, thrashing South Carolina, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, Georgia has gone off the slow starts because a lot of times they've been better than the other team. They've gotten away with it. You cannot do that against Florida next Saturday in Jacksonville. Otherwise, Florida will upset you.
Yeah,
because
you got to walk in with the right mind frame.
You've had Florida's number the last few years, and the Gators would love nothing more than to put a stamp, than to put a roadblock in the chances of Georgia going for the three-peat. So
and put that one on the other side of the record.
Yeah, put that one in that L column that Georgia doesn't have at the moment. I mean, but again, it certainly helps when you got number 30 in the backfield.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You got a dynamic tight end.
Yeah, but I grasp because he did get hurt today. So yeah, all of Athens, Georgia was holding their breath when Bowers went down, and still waiting on a report on him. Yeah, because you definitely need number 19 to play the Gators next Saturday in the world's largest. Well, what used to be called
you need all that frame
the world's largest cocktail party. Yeah, you need all of that big guy. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, Georgia 7-0. They will maintain their top spot in the country. And the Miami Hurricanes went to Chapel Hill. It's a good thing our good friend Mr. Foster is not watching this live at the moment. And right now, Mizzle is sounding a lot like the Joker. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, there was no hurricanes going on in Chapel Hill. I'll tell you that much. Oh, okay. Wait. I'm dead. Go ahead.
If that's not the closest thing to Mark Hamill's Joker from Batman the Animated Series, I don't know what is. But wow.
Woo, and you let him
pretty sure when he I'm pretty sure if he's not watching, I'm pretty sure when he gets off, I'm pretty sure he will jump in the comments. And,
wait,
you know what?
Keith,
I'll tell you what.
Keith, this is for you, Keith. Keith, this is for you.
So fans, I'll just say this. Me personally, I can't wait to have this roundtable forum of Hurricane and Seminole fans when Florida State and Miami get together.
It might be by myself. You know, you can put me in the room with 100 of them, and I don't care.
I know, but to be fair, there are some Florida State Seminole fans that I know that I'm trying to get on, so we can have this even discussion between the U and the Seminoles when they get together on November the 11th in Tallahassee, Florida. But
you know me.
I know. I know.
Thank you for that laugh. I needed that.
I do.
Okay, let's talk about the Canes. That wasn't no much of a cane. Go
ahead. Sometimes I really hate technology.
Uh-oh.
As I'm trying to get the stats down for the U in Carolina. All right,
Hey,
so
they wasn't the U. It's you got to turn that upside down.
Well, Devontae Walker, the North Carolina wide receiver, definitely made sure of that today because he just absolutely went off.
Yeah.
6 catches. Dadgummit. Now, I really hate it when they do that. Go back to what I want. Thank you. Now, what I say, you must obey. But Devontae Walker, 6 catches, $132.
Oh,
Half of those catches found the end zone. So, those that are good at math, you know what I mean. But Mr. Hampton, 24
somebody
carries.
didn't show up to play defense.
24 carries, $197 on the ground.
Oh, we
and
couldn't get him
tutty.
2 bills. We couldn't get him 2 bills. Come on now, you got to give him 2 bills.
Well, Van Dyke in a losing call. Van Dyke in a losing cause for Miami threw for 391, threw 4 TDs, threw 2 interceptions. But
so their defense did step up. Yeah, their defense did show up then.
Well, here's what turned the game around. Here's what won the game for North Carolina was the third quarter. Because at the half, Miami led 17-14. North Carolina outscores Miami 21-0 in the third quarter, and there's your ball game.
So nobody showed up in the second half. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, North Carolina,
they're out the top 25. Let's move them out the top 25. Let's get out of here.
Well, they came in.
They were 25. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's bye now.
I just. Yeah, he is really being petty right now. He is.
You did right because there's only one team that's in the top 5, and it ain't Miami Hurricanes. I can tell you that.
Well, he is not wrong, but this is one of the rare times I did not get a text talking about this team is worrying me because they actually took care of business today at home against the Syracuse Orangemen to the atonement of a 41-3 thrashing. As Mizzle is fully engaged in the tomahawk chop. As Florida State beats Syracuse by a final score of 41-3. Well, the Seminoles did what they were supposed to do.
And can we say thank you, Transfer Portal, for giving my Seminoles Keon Coleman? Because
yes,
that man's a fucking stud. Okay, and if you didn't see the catch that he made, YouTube that shit. He went up and one-handed and grabbed some shit. Okay, I'm telling you, the man's gonna be playing on Sundays. And not only did he do that, he caught a 58-yard touchdown. And not only did he catch a 58-yard touchdown, I think he took one to the house 99 yards. So the man is all worldwide. And my boy Jordan Travis is balling out of control right now. All we got to do is keep him upright because he did go to the locker room a little early. But the running game is looking sweet. Wide receivers is looking sweet. Let me tell you this. It almost looks like Jameis Winston and Dalvin Cook and Travis Benjamin all over again. Woo! We just got to watch out for that trap game.
72-yard punt return. Yeah, that 72-yard punt return that you're talking about. When you can make people move, well, it does help to the tune when you have 535 total yards on offense. Gonna say that again.
Say it to him. Let him know. Talk to him because I don't think they heard you.
No, 535 total yards of offense.
Yeah.
No turnovers. 22 first downs.
22.
I mean, like I said, and I mean, Syracuse came to the game at 4-2. So I mean,
the Syracuse was not no slouch. Because I told you I was a little nervous playing them.
Yeah,
because Syracuse they'll put it on you when you don't think they ain't gonna put it on you. So I'm glad we took care of business.
Florida State was 9 for 17 on third downs, and that normally means shooting a whole lot of games if you're converting on third down.
Yeah.
They ran the ball for 191 yards.
Very efficiently.
They almost averaged 6 yards a carry.
Well, I was talking about the Dalvin Cook that played at Florida State, not the Dalvin Cook that plays for your Jets right now. I'm sorry that's how you feel about him right now. But when he was at Florida State, yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, really, Dalvin Cook, in his defense, Dalvin Cook is still learning the offense. He came in late. But then again, Dalvin Cook doesn't need to be the bell cow because you have a young bull by the name of Breece Hall that is looking like he is picking up where he left off before his injury last season. Like I said, Dalvin Cook needs to be the complement. Dalvin Cook needs to be the complimentary back. Let Breece Hall run the ball because Breece
no disagreement
Hall
for me.
Has the home run breakaway speed that Dalvin Cook does not have. I don't care what you call him. He's got home run speed that Dalvin Cook.
Agreed.
Although, it's not going to help the Jets that Sauce Gardner is not playing on Sunday. That's not going to help.
The Jay-Z on that one. Yeah, that's...
As if the ads, Now,
that hurts. That hurts.
No, I wasn't saying you disagreed. I was just saying that Breece Hall has the home run speed that Dalvin Cook doesn't have. I mean, Dalvin Cook is a physical back, bruiser back. Breaks you down as the game goes along. But Breece Hall has that home run speed that you need when Dalvin Cook is what you need when you need to put the game away. Breece Hall is what you need when you're trying to make a big play to get back into a game or enhance your lead. I'll say it like that. But nonetheless, big win for the Seminoles.
Oh yes,
and just doing what you're doing. So
we just got to play
some previews.
We guaranteed ourselves a bowl game. We guaranteed ourselves a bowl game because we have won 6 games, so we're bowl eligible. But I ain't worried about bowl eligible right now. I want that top 4. And I think if we get in, I would love – I'm not trying to foreshadow because I know it's week by week, but I would love to see your Bulldogs. Yeah, you heard it. I would love to see your Bulldogs, brother. Because y'all going to be there. Y'all be there.
Well, the Bulldogs have a whole week off now as they get ready for the Florida Gators.
So
you
get an idol.
Yeah. Get a week off to prepare for Florida.
They call it in football, college football, it's called idle, not a bye week. It's different languages for those that didn't know.
I know,
That's
but idle. Yes.
I was just giving a little education.
There are some sexy matchups this upcoming week in week 8 of the college football season.
Let's run them down.
And I'll save the big one for later. But
okay,
we will see if Oregon can bounce back against Washington State. We will see where Washington State, if they're still ranked after that thrashing they took Arizona. But 4-2 Washington State goes to Pullman or goes to Eugene to take an Oregon 5-1. Tennessee goes to Tuscaloosa. The 5-1 Volunteers take on the 6-1 Roll Tide of Crimson of Alabama.
That's gonna be good.
Yes,
you are not lying.
I wholeheartedly
You already
agree.
getting some heavy hitters right there.
Those. Yeah. We will see who will bounce back in the bounce back game between Clemson and Miami. Both teams coming in at 4-2. And perhaps the one team that USC did not want to see after a loss is coming into their house. And yes, I'm talking about the Utah Utes. 5-1 Utah.
That smells like trouble.
5-1 Utah against 6-1. Well, you know Cal Winningham. He is foaming at the mouth to get back at USC one more time. And
yes,
a big matchup for your Seminoles coming up next Saturday at home against the 17th ranked Duke Blue Devils. And I know you're going to be screw blue, screw them, and all that good stuff, but that's a huge matchup. And I know you said this is the trap game that you're talking about, that you do not want them to take lightly. I don't think they will, because I think they know Duke is for real. I think they do.
They will want to. And I'm off that weekend too.
Yeah.
I'll be
But
that's gonna be a tough
matchup of the day.
Takes
place at 9:00 a.m. in Columbus, Ohio, at the Horseshoe. Number 6, 6-0, the Penn State Nittany Lions against the number 3, 6-0, Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ooh.
6-0 versus 6-0. Huge implications in the Big Ten. Penn State.
Did you say that
Ohio State
is playing at Penn State?
No, it's at the Horseshoe in Columbus.
Oh, it's on Columbus. You said Columbus, Ohio. Excuse me. Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of red. It's definitely gonna be a lot of red. Yeah, a whole lot of it.
Fox.
I definitely might have to tune in on that one.
More likely, you will have Joe Klatt. You'll have Joe Klatt and Gus Johnson on the call for that one.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. That's
perfect.
That is going to be that's going to be must see TV for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
That's it. Yeah, we got some Tuesday games. We got Middle Tennessee State against Liberty. We got West Kentucky against Jacksonville State, and Southern Miss against Southern Alabama. That's on Tuesday. For those getting Houston, and then New Mexico State against UTEP. That's on Wednesday. Thursday, we got Rice against Tulsa,
of Texas, El Paso,
and James Madison against Marshall. Yes, the UTEP two-step. Then Friday, and let's see if there's some matchups that are intriguing. That even though they're not ranked, that still is intriguing. Looking. West Virginia and Oklahoma State looks interesting. 4-2 against 4-2. That's very intriguing. TCU and Kansas State looks intriguing to see how they bounce back.
That's always a good matchup. Yeah.
So that, yeah. So, I think Mizzle and myself are going to be particularly just fans when it comes to this particular series, as the all-Texas battle for the American League pennant starts tomorrow as the American League Championship Series begins between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. Of course, the Astros, by way of their season series against the Rangers, got the tiebreaker in the West. They both finished with identical 90 and 72 records, and the Astros beat the Twins in 4, and the Rangers swept the Rays and swept the Orioles. So, like I said, Miz and I are pretty much going to be fans simply because we each
No
love
pick.
Dusty, and we
Yeah.
each love Bochy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's tough to pick this series.
Don't ask me.
Now,
Don't ask me.
Houston is
Don't do
favored.
it.
Houston is favored, rightfully so, because again, getting to the LCS 7 consecutive seasons is very impressive. Doesn't mean you're going to win the World Series all the time, but you're in the Final Four for the 7th consecutive season. And I know people, and I know people still want to give them
Consistency.
crap for 2000. Yeah, and I know people still want to give them crap for 2017. And here's what I say to that: even if they were banging on a trash can and banging on whatever it is and giving signals, here's the thing: I can know what the pitcher's going to throw. I can tell if it's going to be a sidearm release or a 3/4 release. I can tell him what part of the play is going on. I can know all that, but I still have to barrel the bat to the ball. Even if Houston knew where
Facts.
they were coming, they were not hitting home runs on consecutive innings because that's what would happen if they knew. Again, I'm pretty sure they knew the pitch, but a lot of times they still struck out and couldn't barrel the ball. So, yes, they got caught. True enough. Yes, Robert Manfred gave him a slap on the wrist. True enough. But again, you still have to barrel the ball with the bat, even if you know
This
what's
is true.
coming and where it's going to be at, so on and so forth. Like, just stop it. Okay? Stop it. Yes, they got caught. Was that the reason why they beat the Dodgers in 2017? No, it's not. Yes, there should have been some more
Tell that to Dodger
stricter
fans.
things that should have happened to the Astros. I get it. Well, they're not the only ones that are making the case about it, but that's here nor there. But the thing is, and anybody that has followed baseball knows this. Baseball people have been trying to get an advantage for as long as baseball's been played. Okay, back in the '60s, they were taking amphetamines, greenies. Come on now. But you want to hold the banging garbage cans above the head. You want to dangle steroids when people were done with your sport after the '94 strike and no World Series. Stop it. Just stop it. Now they're crying about, we got too many days off. 5 days. Shut up. Okay? That's why we say win your division. That's what that's the perk of winning your division. You get time off to set up your rotation the way you want to. Stop crying about, we had 5 days off. Stop it. Okay, yes. Trust me. As a former baseball player, yes, I know. You need simulation. There's no better speed than game speed to get your timing and all that. I get it. I understand it. However, I would still rather win my division and set up my pitching rotation the way I want to instead of having to mumbo jumbo just to try to get to the next series. I will take rest over, and I will take rest and getting my team healthy over that as a priority any day of the week. Now, yes, in some cases, yes, it cost the Dodgers to get swept by the Diamondbacks. Yes, it cost the Orioles, but I'd rather take that knowing that I can set up my rotation the way I want to by taking care of business in the regular season, like the Braves did and the Orioles did by having the best records respectively in their leagues.
Yep.
Even though, like I said, the Braves are just, damn it, why the Phillies again? But like I said, Nick Castellanos was outstanding in game. Yeah, like I said, Nick Castellanos was outstanding in game 3, back-to-back multi-homer games and back-to-back games. But I'll say this. I know LeBron James gets a lot of, coverage for the hype and stuff, but Bryce Harper, just like LeBron, has really exceeded the hype and more. Like I said, the only thing that is missing on Bryce Harper's mantle is that elusive World Series win because he has thrived in the postseason, especially since he's put on the Philadelphia uniform. The Philly
Yep.
fans, which, like I said, you know better than anybody because you are a part of the fan base. That fan base has embraced him, and in return, he has said
Yep.
he loves playing in that city, and it's showing. And
Yeah, it's not hard to see.
the Phillies, rightfully so. The Phillies favored, rightfully so, in the LCS. The Diamondbacks have been a fantastic story in 2023.
From dead
They were in
last.
first place, then was 35. They lost 25 of the last 32, then still rallied to get to 84 wins. They backed into the playoffs, something you never want to do, but they took that and they went to Miller Lite Land
Their
and beat
momentum.
and swept the Brewers. And then
Mm-hmm.
you and you really have to tip your cap to them because the Dodgers scored a total of 6 runs in 3 games. 2 runs in game 1, 2 runs in game 2, 2 runs in game 3. Hold them to 6 total runs.
Wow.
You hold Mookie
That
Betts
makes my heart warm.
and Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts won a combined 1 for 21. So Mookie Betts went hitless for the series. Okay.
And you
the
pay
Dodgers
him.
starting
And you pay
pitching.
him.
The Dodgers starting pitching only recorded 14 outs. The starters, okay, the bullpen for the Dodgers was actually fantastic. As weird as that may sound, but their bullpen was great.
That says
But
something.
again, at the end of the day, that 4th inning where the Diamondbacks hit 4 consecutive home runs was pretty much all she wrote, and it just looked like they were deflated, and thus that's why the Phillies are playing the Diamondbacks in the LCS and not the Dodgers. But with that said, if I have to give a prediction, like I said, the Diamondbacks have been a fantastic story. I love their young talent in Corin Carroll, Perdomo, Moreno, Alec Thomas, and they got more coming. The Diamondbacks definitely started a year early because a lot of people thought next year they would be more competitive, and then 2025 is when you thought they would start contending. Nobody was expecting them to take a step earlier, or was take a step up earlier or previously. But it is hard to go up against the Fighting Phils. It just is. If they can get at least one in Philadelphia, because game 1 for that series starts Monday night, and again, the Rangers and Astros start tonight. You can catch the Rangers and Astros on Fox or Fox Sports 1, and the LCS in the National League will be exclusively on TBS. It's hard to go against Philly. It really is. I mean, I even though part of me hopes that I could make that drive up to Phoenix and go to a playoff game at the big A team known as Chase Field, since it's right there.
You should.
Which would be a very cool experience to have.
Or hell.
But
I'll say this. I'll say this before I make my pick. Or if Arizona makes it to the World Series, you can go catch yourself a World Series game. I mean, now that ticket might be a little pricey.
Might be a little pricey. Yeah.
If you can afford it, though, why not? But I'm gonna go with my fan base on this one. I'm gonna go with my secondary fan base. I'm gonna pick the Fighting Phils to get there. I am gonna ride with the Phillies.
I'm I'm gonna say the Phillies in 5 or 6, just simply for the fact is the Phillies at any time, and it's really anybody in that lineup is capable of just hitting the home run ball at any time. Be it Schwarber, be it Castellanos, you know what Bryce Harper's gonna do. JT Realmuto, also Brandon Marsh, also Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, who got it started with a big home run. I mean, heck, even the former UNLV Rebel Bryson Stott, when he hit that grand slam, they never looked back. So I mean, the Phillies just have a lot more loaded weapons on offense. But again, the Diamondbacks' nickname has been the Answerbacks all season long. Here's what I know about the Diamondbacks. And one of the reasons why I think they have a very good chance is because the Diamondbacks play very good defense. They committed the fewest errors, which led baseball. They only had 56 errors throughout the whole entire season. 56 in a 162-game season. That is thoroughly impressive, which means to tell you they don't drop the ball. Well, first off, you got a 5-time Gold Glove winner at third base named Effa Longoria, who has some of the softest hands for a third baseman you'll ever want to have. Just smooth delivery, getting to the ball, he's fluid. Perdomo, good glove. He's the reason why Nick Ahmed got designated for assignment. And Nick Ahmed has been a fantastic defender at shortstop. For many years, battling for the Gold Glove, it was between Nick Ahmed and Brandon Crawford. That's all I got to say. As far as defensive play at shortstop, and who was battling for the Gold Glove, it was either Nick Ahmed or Brandon Crawford. One of those two was getting the Gold Glove for National League shortstop. That's all there was to it. But Marte has been solid being an everyday second baseman. But that outfield, especially with Corbin Carroll and Alec Thomas, with the way they both can cover ground with their speed. You literally, and that's no slouch on Ladores Gurriel either. He's been solid. And then when it's Thomas, Corbin, and Jake McCarthy, when he's out there on the outfield, unless you hit the ball either in front of them or over the wall for a home run, if they have a chance to get to it with their speed, 99% of the time they're going to catch the ball because their speed is just ridiculous. And they take very good angles to the ball. I mean, Christian Walker has been a stud at first base, and he's made some fantastic defensive plays in this postseason. But what scares me is the fact that a couple of times during this postseason run, Gabriel Moreno, their catcher, and the prized possession in the Dalton Varsho trade that brought Moreno from Toronto to the Diamondbacks, he has left a couple of times with some freak injuries in the game. And you can't – and the Diamondbacks need him. He is just as important to that lineup and more importantly to the pitchers, just as Posey was during those years when the Giants won their titles and so on and so forth. But here's another thing that the Diamondbacks are going to do. They like to run. They were second in the major leagues as a team in steals with 166, which was only second to the Cincinnati Reds. So, like I said, if Carroll gets on, if Carroll gets on, Perdomo gets on, Thomas gets on, you've got to watch. And plus, don't be shocked if they break out with the bunt, because they're also a very good bunting team as well.
The squeeze will be put on for sure.
But even with all that,
still picking the Phillies, man.
Would it shock me? Would it shock me if the Diamondbacks won the series? No, but I just think the Phillies have too much firepower, and not to mention, I think that even though Zach Gallen and Merle Kelly are a very good dynamic duo up there with the Diamondbacks, it's going to be hard to put that together. I just think Philly has too much offense um, to counter that.
Yep, I
So
don't
I
disagree with
definitely have the
that.
Phillies. I definitely have the Phillies coming into the LCS again as National League champions. But the Battle of Texas,
Yeah, I'm not. We ain't
this
touching that. We're not gonna touch that. Nope. Nope.
it's
Nope.
hard to pick because I
Nope.
mean the teams went back and forth. Obviously, they were both independent races, but again, the Astros have all the experience in the world.
They do.
Um,
They do. But the Rangers got that man named Bochy, and that's where I'm gonna leave it
yes, yeah,
at. They got,
yes, but damn it,
and that's all I got to say. They got Bochy.
true, true, but damn it,
Where were they
Houston has
last year? Where were
Dusty.
they last year without Bochy? Well, okay,
Oh,
understandable. But where was the Rangers last year
the
without Bochy?
oh, they were in last place,
I,
if I'm not mistaken.
I ain't got to
They were
say
so
nothing
now.
else,
I
man.
know the Rangers lost. Hold on. Let me. We like to give
Mm-hmm.
facts on this show, so let me be factual.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah. Because I think I believe you could be right, and that would just make my pick even. Well, no, I'm not even picking. See, that don't make me do it. You
It's
gonna
like,
make me do
damn it,
it.
no. Okay, hold on. The Texas
I,
Rangers before Bochy got there. Now, keep in mind, last season they signed Corey Seager and Simeon. So Seager and Simeon were already on this team a season ago. All right. So,
mm-hmm.
okay. So the Rangers last year, as I said, finished dead last in the West. They were 68-94.
And that's with the A's in the
68-94.
division. That's saying a lot.
Yes. Yes.
So, like I said, they got Bruce Bochy, bro. And that should say a whole lot. That man came in and changed that whole franchise within a year.
Okay.
And
And I'll
retired.
just add this for I'll just add this for giggles. Okay. The Rangers in 2021 lost 102 games before they lost 94 and 22 to get Bochy to come out of retirement. So you lose 102 in 21, 94 in 22, come back to win 90 when you spent most of the year in first place and faltered down the stretch, but still managed to get to the LCS. That's all nothing but Bochy.
And you're 4 wins away from
However,
to get into the World Series. I'm not
yeah,
picking this serious, man. I'm just gonna sit back and watch baseball. That's what I'm gonna do. The mind games and the chess games is gonna be
well,
perfect
I'll
for
say it
this
like
game, this
this.
series.
Yeah, oh yeah, the chess match between Dusty and Bochy, and you know what? I gotta take the mic off the stand for this one. Hold on.
Uh-oh. He's getting serious. When the mic comes off, he's getting serious.
Because it's quite funny how baseball wants to go with the analytics say this and the sabermetrics say that and the numbers say this and the computer says to do that.
No analytics in this one.
Well, I just want to make sure you're watching this, America, and you understand me very clearly what I'm about to say.
Tap the microphone for them. Make sure they can hear you. There we go.
We are live at 1:23 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on October the 15th, 2023.
Yeah.
There's two old school managers managing in the American League Championship Series about to play for the American League pennant. I'm going to say that again. Two managers former players that played in this league. Dusty Baker had a very respectable career.
Oh yeah.
In his time as a Major League Baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Bochy was a backup catcher. But the fact is, they both played in the major leagues and they both played in World Series. And you got two old school managers managing to try and get to the World Series. So,
no computer in
you
this
can
one.
take your analytics.
Good old chess match.
And you can shove it down your throat.
Yeah, buddy.
Because there's no situation that both Dusty and Bochy have not seen in their times being manager, let alone with them being players. Of course, Bochy is a former catcher. And they always say that normally it's catchers that normally make the best managers. Why that is, I don't know. But two old school managers.
Yes.
Playing for the American League pennant. Deep in the heart of Texas. Okay.
Yes.
The Tampa Bay Rays. All the analytics. 199 games. By Bochy. I digress. Should be a fantastic series.
Yes.
I'm really truthfully hoping
give me 7.
That the Astros and Rangers go 7 games. That would be my delight. I hope they go 7.
Yes.
And again, whoever wins serving. I think the key is
will pick the winner out of that.
Much maligned for most of the year, but it got better. But I still think the Astros have the stronger bullpen and the stronger rotation. Obviously, both offenses can score at a premium, so them scoring is not an option. But I will say this. If I am the Rangers, I'm a little bit concerned because, again, this is the stage that Yordan Alvarez has thrived on.
Oh, yeah.
And also, not to mention, Altuve has thrived in the spotlight in the situation. Their young guy, Pena, as a rookie last year, just came out of nowhere on the scene, and he made Astro fans forget about Carlos Correa in a millisecond.
Instant.
But what's also scaring me, though, if I'm the Rangers, Jose Abreu is starting to hit like Jose Abreu when he was on the White Sox and was an MVP. If Jose Abreu continues to stay going, like Yordan Alvarez, like Alex Bregman, like Altuve, it might be a short series for the Texas Rangers. So we know weather will not be affected because both roofs are enclosed. They're open. They're both retractable roofs. Definitely open for a 7-game series. Whichever of the two come out, I wouldn't be disappointed if it's the Astros. I wouldn't be disappointed if it was the Rangers.
And I might pick the winner that's coming out of that series to win it all.
So you're saying a Texas team is going to win the World Series?
Well, look who the coaches are. We're sitting here talking about the coaches.
Say no more.
Say
no more.
I didn't see the man win 3 of them with my favorite baseball team. I didn't see Dusty get my favorite team there. I didn't see Dusty win 1.
Correct.
I'm just gonna ride. I'm just gonna ride with what I know, and I didn't see what I know. I wish Bochy would have never retired. I think he about to win another one.
You are,
and we could be right.
No. I don't think Bochy retired. I think he was forced out. That's just my opinion.
Oh,
I think he was forced out by Farhan, and now Farhan's got to be like, "Ain't this about a?"
Yeah.
But you want to, but you wanted to bring in your guy, Mr. Kepler. That he'll listen to the computer and talk about the best possible matchups and want to play this and that and the third and this and carry the 2 and add. Stop it. Anyhow, Adam
What you
Schefter
said.
did report earlier that Saquon Barkley might actually play Sunday night in in Orchard Park, New York, against the Bills, which would give Tyrod Taylor some help, which Tyrod Taylor is getting the start against the Bills on Monday. And again, as you would say, so a lot of speculation in Foxborough talking about that this might possibly get the hoodie fired
Do you believe that?
because of the struggles of the. Do I personally believe it? No. Would it be shocking if Robert Kraft had the balls to actually do it? Yes.
Oh,
But they've got to win something. Or I mean, they don't have to. But oh, you got some breaking news?
no.
Okay. But I mean, that's just what it is. So, as you mentioned earlier today, that finally the Raiders might have a home field advantage on Sunday. Not a lot of Patriots fans are making the travel to Las Vegas.
It's
which is quite
80% Raider fans in the stadium. Yeah, I'm really shocked.
Well, I mean, the value the value of the team has seemingly gone up since they obviously moved here to Las Vegas. I mean, they're now in the top 6 as far as the Forbes, which team is, the wealthiest. And now they're,
I get it.
up
They
there in the
sacrifice
top
some of the fan base to
5,
get the wealth.
for lack
I
of a better
understand.
term.
I get it. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I am not that Raider
Well,
fan
I mean,
that got
like I
upset
said,
that they left. I mean, well, let me rephrase this real quick. Yes, I'm upset that they couldn't build that in the city of Oakland, but I am not mad that they went to Vegas because it's still within distance, and they finally got something that they deserve: a brand new stadium. The announcers ain't got to worry about a raccoon coming out from the top of the damn roof while they in there trying to announce a game. You know, or you ain't got a flood in the locker room. I said I'm gonna be polite and say flood because it's not what it really was. But that stadium was old. Oakland was not gonna do what the Raiders needed to build the stadium.
that's facts. That's a
Vegas stepped up. Gave what the Raiders needed. It got approved. Hey, beautiful stadium. Now, did they lose the black hole? Yes, they did. They lost a whole lot of home field advantage. But Raider fans still show up, but it's a tourist attraction. Somebody might be in there the weekend. It could be their team there that weekend.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Hell, good for the Raiders. The marketing, I'm never going to buy anything that says Vegas. I'll tell you that right now. Hence, you still see this. They're always going to be the Oakland Raiders to me. That's all day, every day. But
well,
I'm a Raider fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the. Yes, I'm a fan of the city because they should be in Oakland. But if they're not going to be in Oakland, they're still the Raiders. They're still silver and black.
Well, just like I don't have no San Francisco gear when it comes to the football team I root for now. Yes, some of that's I do have one shirt that's the fading SF logo on it, but most of my shirts just says 49ers because I can't wear a shirt of a city you don't represent. They don't. I am still waiting for somebody to ask me when was the last time the dang franchise was actually in the city limits or actually in the city doing something charitable other than the Super Bowl. I can't see it. Or I don't see it. But however, um,
Yes.
Patriots and Raiders. A lot of people think that Bill Belichick could be fired. Personally, I don't believe it. But then again, like I
I don't
said, he
either.
is still under five. He is still an under 500 head coach when he does not have
Mr. Brady.
his quarterback. When he does not have Mr. Brady. Oh, so I see you finally found someone with boxing gloves in the background of the in the background. Nice.
Yeah, it's been
Oh,
there.
they definitely have boxing gloves. So once again,
Yeah.
6:30 Ravens Titans. All right. So
I'll be
just to
up.
break it down, here goes the list of games for Week 6 in the NFL. Ravens Titans in London at 6:30 a.m. Commanders at the Falcons, Vikings at the Bears, Seahawks at the Bengals, 49ers in a trap game against the Browns, even though there will be no Watson, but they are starting PJ Walker. Saints at the Texans, Colts at the Jaguars,
Ooh.
Panthers at the Dolphins, the Creamsicle Buccaneers busting out with the Creamsicles to take on the Lions, Patriots in Vegas
Yes.
against the Raiders, Cardinals at
Yes.
Inglewood against the Rams, Eagles and Jets to round out the late schedule, and the Sunday night game is the Bills and the Giants. And the Monday night game is the Inglewood Chargers against the Arlington Cowboys. And
Damn it,
as it
go Cowboys.
stands, according to many outlets, Austin Eckler might be making his return on Monday night,
Oh boy.
which is huge, which is huge, which is huge for the Cowboys. But I was going to say, David Benavidez is really
Oh,
starting to get on Canelo's nerves,
really?
and he's basically saying, stop being a punk and give me my title shot. Which he's not wrong.
Are we
He's definitely not wrong.
shots fired?
Lord Jesus Christ, help me, Lord, please, Jesus, please, my shoe. Well, I'm
Oh
halfway down
man,
now, Lord.
oh boy. Well, just go ahead and give it to us. The boxing community is ready for that.
Yes, he says he wants the WBC, among others, to strip him if he keeps avoiding mandatory title defenses, making
Ooh.
reference to one Saul Canelo Alvarez. But we shall see. But again, these are the words of Adam Schefter. He says that the Giants are optimistic and hopeful that Saquon will be ready to play against the Bills on Sunday. Well,
Bring it.
they better be hopeful because
Bring it.
you know Bills Mafia is going to be ready to break some tables and go through all the plunder, if you will, and drop some big elbows and whatnot.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
But
indeed.
nonetheless, is there anything else that you want to tackle and cover there, good sir, on this 115th edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show?
Uh, we didn't touch. Did we touch on Colorado and Stanford?
No, we did not. And let's talk about that because
Yeah, that will be the ride out. That yeah. Wow. Wow.
yeah, that definitely deserved a while because I mean you are up 29 to
Everything was
nothing.
going their way. Everything was going their way.
Anything that could go well
Everything.
for the Colorado Buffaloes did go well for the Buffaloes, but nonetheless, the Stanford Cardinal found a way to get it done in overtime in the most unlikeliest of fashions. And I mean,
Yes.
Shador Sanders threw for 400 yards,
Yes,
five
he was not.
TDs,
Yes,
five
he was not playing
TDs.
bad.
Travis Hunter made his return on offense and was
Oh my
felt in a major
goodness.
way. 13 catches, a buck 40, and two TDs. But yet and still, like most people are wondering, well, dadgummit, how did the Cardinals come back and win this game? Well,
talk about
there
that
was
wide
only
receiver.
one turnover. Yeah. That young man from the farm, good grief. He compliments.
2 bills.
He definitely compliments. Yeah. A.O. Manor, 13 catches, 294 yards.
The man almost put up 300
yards.
And the touchdown in overtime was ridiculous.
But I'm sorry. No, but the one before that where he was basically grabbed the ball and put it on Travis Hunter's helmet saying, look here, camouflage this for me. I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
And wait, didn't he catch the 90? Was it 99 yard? Was it? Oh, he caught the one for 99 yards. Am I correct? I think
97 yards, but yes.
97 yards. So yeah, that's the night.
Who's counting? Who's counting the 2 yards?
Yeah, he took off on.
But yeah, they were up 29-0. Got the win by 3, 46-43.
Their defense let them down, man. I think that the defense let them down. I believe. They just got comfortable. We know how that happens in the NFL. Trust me, I know.
Oh yes, yes. How many double-digit leads?
It's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Yeah, how many double-digit leads that a lot of teams have started, and then the other team just finds a way to get it done. It's kudos to the Stanford Cardinal. They pull off the huge upset, 46-43 in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah,
and Stanford.
Yeah, what a great one.
And Stanford basically just said thank you and good night. Fantastic.
Put the women and children to bed.
Fantastic. Even though it does not get easier for the Cardinal, they face 18th ranked UCLA next week. And for the Buffaloes of Colorado, they take a trip down to Pasadena to take on UCLA. So they are also idle this week. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, Colorado's idle. They come back on the 20th. They come back on the 28th against UCLA at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California.
That should be a good
one. So yeah. Is there anything else we did not undercover at episode 115 of the Mizzle and Dub Show?
I think we pretty much got everything covered, sir.
So, with that said, we will be back later on tonight. Tonight, as in later on Sunday, as we will recap Week 6 of the NFL, saw what we saw, and we will see how much further down I am in the standings of tequila versus whiskey. It's not looking good for me, but Mizzle is sticking to his guns, and that's why he has a 6.5 game lead against me in the battle for a tequila bottle. But with that said, we thank you for watching.
I'll just say this. I might be coming with a different attitude later. Depends on how they play.
Yeah, depends on the outcome of the game between the Patriots and the Raiders from the Death Star. We will see what kind of passion mood that Mizzle is in. But again, as always, to our subscribers, be it of our Instagram page or we appreciate you to our new subscribers. Thank you. We appreciate you. Like I said, we do this show for you. We hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Again, this is episode 115. Dang. For Mizzle.
Right.
And as always, it's 5 o'clock. Some damn where.